World Championships 2022 here in Matosinhos, Portugal. We are ready for the start of our opening match of the competition. So please welcome our teams. First, from Portugal, number 2, Alexander Almeida. Number 3, Fabio Oliveira. Number 5, João Mota. Number 6, João Macedo. Number 9, João Sousa. And the coaching staff, Marcia Ferreira, Diego Azevedo, and Catarina Teixeira. And please welcome our team from Japan. Yuto Seno, Masatoshi Ito, Ryota Yamaguchi, Kayusa Kaneko, Koji Miyake, Yuto Kawashima, and the coaching staff of Rika Kudo, Aye Todo, and Yukako Mikami. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can you be uprising for the national anthem of Portugal? And now the national anthem of Japan. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The first match will start in just over 14 minutes. Championship in men's goalball, the 11th for women. Not only will the world champions be crowned this next 10 days, but the top 2 teams will take their place for Paris. Louis with you in the commentary box, joined by Joao Carlos Diaz and also 2-time Paralympic coach Florian Ceramitti. Firstly, Joao, it's great to have you here. Thank you for your warm welcome to Portugal. The excitement has been building, the anticipation, as we said earlier, we can feel it.
Yeah, it's a great event. We are really proud to have this World Cup here in Portugal, and it's really important for us to you guys to feel welcome, because it's a country that invites everybody to come. It's a country with a lot of tourism, and it's a country that welcomes the big events like this World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And Florian, I mean, you know this sport better than anyone. The competition is going to be fierce over the next 10 days or so. Anyone that we should look out for?
Most definitely, and of course Brazil is the reigning Paralympic champions and also the world champions. Lithuania and Turkey, I think, beforehand, I think they are the top favorites. But I also would like to raise a little finger about Japan, USA, and Ukraine, because they are in the background and they can definitely go all the way.
Well, absolutely. That brings us to our opening game of the World Championships. Portugal versus Japan. We're just over 5 minutes away from the opening fixture. Portugal took that that place in the European B League, getting my runners-up and the B League confused. They'll have a tough task tonight against the fast-playing Japanese team.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do, because Japan is basically the same team that played in Tokyo, with only replacing one of the players. So they have a lot more experience on this top level. But not to forget that Portugal really impressed during Europeans B, and they played on this court and are used to the floor and the sound in the venue, which is very important in the tournament. They are missing a key player in Hadele Sacramento, which is a little bit lacking in the experience part, but I think they can give them a go.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Sacramento. It's going to be a big miss without one of the star players. But before we come back to Sacramento, maybe a quick comment from you, Joao, on Sacramento, what he misses, but also, more importantly, this is a first major championship for Portugal, so another proud moment, not only to be hosting the event, but for the team itself.
Yeah, it's really important for a team like this to get engaged on a big World Cup. And as you know, Marcia, the trainer of Portugal, she trains the males and the women, and it's a team that it's a recent build, so it has its own difficulties, but I believe that we're gonna have good surprises, because playing at home, it's always a small advantage, and I know that Marcia will lose all of the tools to gain that advantage. So let me, before I give you the word back, let me tell you that we are open to all the comments in the YouTube. So everybody watching, please tell us where you are watching from, and tell us your expectations for this game and even for the World Cup.
Yeah, there you have it. The comments box open for you at home. Let us know who you think's going to win this opening tie between Portugal and Japan. It's going to be a fascinating one. The crowd are certainly ready. We're 2 minutes 45 seconds away. And just a quick run through of the side that we have here from Japan. Florian, I mean, Yuto Seno, we can't look too far past the number one for Japan. Most throws and 13 goals in Tokyo. Keeps his spot in the squad today.
Yeah, of course. One of the key players definitely in the team, and a little bit of a leader figure also, which is going to be very important to the game. And you're going to see it during the game, a lot of movement in the Japanese team. They hardly ever throw from their own position, so be ready, guys.
Seems to be in every sport that Japan are dynamic, fast, and I can't wait to see them. If we have a look at Portugal, I mean, we spoke about their performance. They lost in the semi-final of the European Bs. They lost to Israel just here, actually, a month or so ago. Alexander Almeida, the top scorer in the European Bs, 26 points. Somebody we're going to have to keep an eye on with the throws here this evening.
Yeah, most definitely, and he's a young player too, so he has a very, very bright future, and he really took a big step during the Europeans. But also Xiao Mota, who is a big leader character here now, is going to be very, very important now that Sacramento is not in the team.
Well, we're starting to get a feeling for who will be starting for both sides here, and well, the crowd are in and you can feel the atmosphere that they're creating. There'll be some nerves early on though.
Yeah, definitely. So for Portugal to be on the biggest stage of them all, it's very, very important for them now to try to enjoy the moment and to trust in their preparations. Because if you do that, if you know that you have done everything you can to be prepared for the games, you can only go out there and enjoy.
Well, there is Yuta Kawashima getting ready, the number 9 for Japan. Japan on the right-hand side of your screens, wearing navy blue and red jerseys, says Portugal on the left of your screens, wearing the white jerseys and black shorts.
10 seconds.
10 seconds before a little bit of history, fellas. And the first, well, half is played in this GoalBall World Championships. It really is a special moment and one that we will all certainly remember. For the community watching from home, welcome to you. It's a great pleasure for myself to bring you this alongside Joao Carlos Diaz and Florim Ceremeti, but also our commentary team of Paul Noble and Mario Turloff, Champions League coach, also sharing the duties with us this week.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot of work. There are 128 games in front of us. Did you know that?
128 games.
Yes.
We did not need to know that right now.
I'm the carrier of bad news.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
because the viewers need to know there are 2 venues here in Matosinhos. They're gonna play in this field and on the
they start with a penalty.
yeah.
Why?
Probably a Team Delevkan penalty against Japan.
Well, I mean,
First goal from Oliveira.
you talk about perfect starts to a competition. You can't get any more perfect than that.
Yeah, and that's a penalty, probably because they weren't ready for the icing checks before the game.
Well, Japan. One thing I know about Japan is that they are always ready, but not today at this moment, and it means that they start 1-0 down due to a penalty. Some noise being made early on from Portugal to try and cause some distractions.
Yeah, playing at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there wasn't already enough distractions, now there's certainly some more. Well, Masatoshi Ito playing on the left wing.
One thing that you're going to learn from me is that I always take care of the details that nobody else sees. And one thing that I'm seeing is a very full bench from the Japan team.
Yeah.
A lot of people on that bench.
Is that something you've seen before? In terms of they travel heavier than other teams?
No, there's actually a rule that says that you can have 3 leaders and 3 players. So, and usually most of the teams on the top level have a full squad.
Well, Fabio Oliveira playing on the left wing for Portugal. Joao Macedo as the centre, and Joao Mota on the right wing for Portugal.
Yeah.
Off to a perfect start. We're on the left wing for Japan. Kazuya Kaneko. Already seen some early action.
Close to a high ball.
Very close to a high ball.
Ooh.
As Ito Seno.
We're going to see the replay probably of this one.
Yeah, a good goal from the top
not yet.
scorer, Yotosano.
They just told me that we don't have replays already.
As you can hear, block out with stop of Yuta Kawashima playing in the center. And the left-handed Kaneko Yamata. Oh, it's a heavy right arm from the far side down to bottom left-hand corner of the screen, but a lot of the early throws firing from Kazuya Kaneko. What do you make of the early exchanges?
I'm actually quite impressed of Portugal's attitude now in the beginning. They are brave, and you have to be that, and that you don't give the opponents too much respect. So I'm impressed.
Yeah, they're certainly the underdogs coming into this one. It's another good throw. But you talk about bravery in their actions.
Yeah.
The way that they're taking the game to Japan in every single way.
Yeah, exactly. They go on the attack. Otherwise, it could be that you have too much respect, and that you don't go full on the attack.
Number 3, probably Oliveira. Stop this time as 2 really early goals in this World Championship. Very quick off mark as Yuto Senu from the right side, left-handed on the far side of your picture, top right. It's actually a different position. You say, oh, goal! Japan have let one through. And for the second time, Portugal take the lead here in the opening game.
Very good bouncing ball. The center was a little bit too short on his leg side. So good goal from Yamata. Very good.
Well, you talked about Portugal being brave. Quite the start for them.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I should.
Says the Portuguese.
I mean, coming into this, what would you say if you were Portuguese or part of the Portugal side? What would be the goal, the ambition for the team throughout?
I think that everything that's going to happen is going to be a surprise. I don't know what the goals are for the team, but I think that most of all is play the game by the game, or for the game. No expectations. Play it like in a fun way for them, and be responsible. And I think that everything that comes from it will be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're certainly the underdogs here, and they've got off to a great start. And there's a few oohs coming out. Florin, what's?
It was a great bounce ball. Who just skipped the post.
Lots of rotation. And that one is bounce back. Very, very well saved.
Because if the ball passes the center line in the middle, the ball goes over back to the throwing team.
Absolutely. 2 wonderful bits of work from Kazuya Kaneko, just on the near right side of your screen, at the bottom of your screen. And that's also some big moving there from Portugal, changing the picture, as are Japan. They've gone from the middle to the right-hand side. Lovely work.
And that's also the movement we talked about before the game. The Japanese team just moves a lot, and that's really difficult for the defensive team too.
Just really varying up the offense. Obviously, you were saying earlier, the ball's quite heavy. I want to say 1.25.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, we're quiet for a reason. The bell in the ball is obviously what the defending team are having to listen to so closely. And that's why the change of direction and the avenue of the throwing is so key in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a fascinating start, 2-2. Both teams have been brave, as you said, Florin, earlier on. And that's key, especially I'm going to go with underdogs, Portugal. I know, Joao, I know you don't want to hear that down there. I know that it's all about expecting the unexpected, but
it's a great opening game. I think that it's a good prognostic for the rest of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Would you say? If
Absolutely.
every game is like this.
Save.
Just over the bar.
I mean, interesting now that we're almost 4 minutes into the opening half here, and the game's really starting to take some shape. Very nice work off the ball again from Kazuya Kaneko, who, well, for the first time, apparently, we get to choose our player of the match up here in the commentary box today. Oh, good save. I mean, I have to say that Kazuya Kaneko's doing himself no harm down there at the moment in terms of being in the thick of the action.
Yeah, of course. But you can also see the fast returns from the Japanese guys. As soon as they have the possibility, they do that because just to have the surprise momentum.
Yeah, trying to always nudge and push the opposition. That's from the right far side to the center. And our commentary position slightly different. So
It's inverted.
Inverted being the key word there. Is that how you see it on the TV is the opposite to how we're seeing it from the commentary box.
Yeah.
So when I started to explain the teams earlier on, I did get one wrong, just because of it's inverted, as Joao said. Good save, straight down the middle. Just changing play back to Fabio Oliveira. Lots of rotation there to gain some extra power. From the center, Yuto Seno stays to the center, tries to go to that near side corner, bottom left of the screen. It's a block out, lovely bit of work. And it's a really accurate throw, so it's extremely good defending. The whole body behind that one from Yuto Seno, and this is really starting to get into a feisty affair. That one's got away, and that is a block out, so...
That's a ball over.
Ball over.
Yeah.
So Japan get the ball back.
One more.
Deja vu here in Portugal. Turns on, that one's out of play. Nico's getting a lot of the ball here as the ball changes hands for...
Trying to trick the opponent.
Absolutely, you can see went all 9 meters up the court towards the far goal post to change the attack line of attack from Portugal. And all of a sudden at 6:39 there's a timeout, and it's an interesting time to take a timeout.
They have felt each other's games now for 6 minutes. Going now and giving
Interesting. It's taken almost half of the opening half here, as you said, for opposition coaches to have a good look at the opposition team. Is there anything that really stands out? I mean, being a two-time Paralympic coach yourself, you must see it still with the coach's hat on.
Yeah, of course. It's some of the things that always follow me, but I think that Portugal is playing better than I thought against Japan now. But it's still early to say. They just need to be calm and not to rush in a goal now, and just still be patient.
Patient, a key word in just about every sport, I would say, is there's still lots of time on the clock here. Obviously, Kazuya Kaneko, left-hander, who's had a lot of ball. That's a really good effort, but it's well stopped from Portugal. Took 11 goals in Tokyo, 123 throws. And there's a change as Yuto Seno. I mean, they have two very good attacking options on the wings, Japan, but Portugal have not only been good offensively, but they've been pretty good defensively as well.
Yeah, very. And they cover up in between behind each other very well also. You could see that in the previous goal from Japan. When it passed the center, but the wingman is straight behind.
Each team, well, Portugal only having 2 substitutes and Japan having 3, can rotate on and off. Be interesting to see how and when substitutes are used through this World Championships. As Joao said, 128 games.
128 games divided by 2 holes. 4 groups.
Maths isn't my top subject, but that's a lot of GoalBall.
Yeah.
So we hope, and we expect every single one of you watching now to be with us for all 128 games.
I would expect that. And that they call their friends and family to watch it also.
Even more.
Well, there you go. The growth of the sport is incredible. The game gets faster, more powerful throughout the years. Oliveira from the far side just goes diagonally down to the bottom right. Japan. Kaneko once more doing a fine job as. Oh, goal!
And you can see that he went towards the sideline and just a little spin in the ball. So it went just in between the center and the right goal.
Almost dragging the defense one way and coming back into the center.
Back to the center, yeah. Beautiful goal. Sweet team Japan.
Well, Joao,
I'm not liking now.
silence next to us down the right-hand side of commentary. There's Portugal for the first time in this first half find themselves a goal down, but still plenty of time. We're 4.5 minutes away from half-time, and changing position again is Kaneko, this time from top of the screen on the right side. Again, it's really good play from Japan. Portugal do a fine job of keeping that one out. Oh, Portugal!
Now I'm liking it.
Now he's back again. You can hear him. That was a beautiful throw.
Very beautiful. Great accuracy just down by the goal. You can see that.
Now we have a replay.
We've got a replay.
Yeah. He thought it was going out, so he didn't just stretch out his arms.
But almost right into the side netting,
Yeah,
the bottom left-hand corner.
it was right on the angle.
Very exciting start to the World Championships here in Portugal. I mean, in Portugal themselves, almost Oliveira doing a bit of dummy work on the left-hand side before Motta attacked that one. Very good save.
Beautiful save. Good throw.
Fascinating. Some defensive work from Portugal so far.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at where Japan go here. Again, both wingers on the same side of the court. See that the centre's starting quite far up the orientation zone.
It's official timeout.
Shoelace.
Today. Yeah. You can have the official timeout of many different reasons during GoalBall. So.
Well, Kaneko certainly showing some early form here. And you mentioned it before at the start of the show that the amount of movement and pace that Japan play with makes it very interesting to really pay attention to and watch throughout here. Starting from the center this time. And Kaneko in the game here is substitution. Kazuya Kaneko leaving for Koshi Muriiki, sorry. First substitute of this World Championships.
Well, Koji that is entering now was also a very key player in Tokyo, who has scored a lot of goals also. So I think he can be a good contribution now in the offense.
So just showing the strength and depth that they have. Japan.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
Japan contender to get to the final rounds for you?
For the final rounds, definitely. I think they can be the top 4 in the group, and with a little luck, I think they can go further than Italy.
So, oh, and it's a first attack. It's a very good first attack. As there's a little bit of bias in the commentary booth yet again. Koji has just fired one straight to line.
That's a fair
Koji's
question.
straight in the game, having to attack and then defend, but Tuseno fires another one diagonally down the court to the bottom left of Portugal goal. Fabio Oliveira now out of play.
Trying out the new sub directly with the first throw on him.
Yeah, just trying to put the pressure on the substitution. He's now attacking from the middle. Maiki. And just passing the ball from player to player, trying to change as many directions of the ball as possible before releasing it. Makes it, I mean, psychologically, it must be very tough for players. You say stay patient, but stay focused as well. It's not happening. We have a long ball.
Good opportunity now for Portugal.
Well, the player.
I would say that the ball hurts also. The focus of the player, the ball in the game, but also being hurt. Pressure that the ball makes.
Well, it's missed.
Missed opportunity, definitely, and wide, very wide on the right side.
I mean, the long ball missed the neutral area. Bring the penalty. Oh, good save. Very good work, just covering behind the right winger. He then changes position, interesting from Jalmotta. Throws from the bottom left and then back pedals. Again, inverted commentary box. It's definitely not the bottom left as you're watching it at home. It's bottom left from the commentary box, bottom right from where you're looking out. Oh, straight away, the fast play.
Oh, it's a penalty against Jalmotta, a long ball.
Another long ball as Jalmotta really tried to counter-attack quite quickly,
Yeah,
and in turn lost a little bit of technique maybe with his throw.
Yeah.
It's funny what time will do in pressure. Can't have that. Oh, what a play that one is.
Beautiful accuracy.
That's a phenomenal bit of work.
He spun around in one direction and threw the completely different directions. Very hard to defend against.
We're going to have another look at it here from Koji. He started in the center and then moved off to his left before throwing it back up to the top right. And I mean, as you said, beautiful accuracy. You're not saving that.
No, it doesn't get better.
Oh.
Instant replay.
And, Portugal just don't know when they're beaten here, do they, Joao, down there? How are you feeling about this one?
I'm staying quiet now. We'll wait.
I think there's going to be a surprise, he says. Maybe there will be.
I told you, surprises is the name of the game.
Absolutely. Well, no surprises as Tuseno rips another one, but bounced off of João Macedo, and in turn has given Japan the ball back. Vieira's come up with a few clutch plays in that left wing position. Very good from centre timeout's been called. 1:15 on the clock.
What do they speak during this timeout?
I think Marcia wants to go to the second half with the lead. I would still suggest to not chase the goals, let them come because they're playing really well. Don't push to the lines. Play smart, play safe, and let the Japan team make a mistake because they are the favorites. They have the pressure on them.
Pressure's a funny old thing. And Japan at the moment have been pushed with 1:15 left on the clock here in the first half. Starting from the middle and then just working slowly out to the left-hand side is Oliveira, who then goes straight on the line. Fairly comfortable routine work for the brilliant Tosino. Again, just picks the lines, but they're looking to Rotter again to try and...
It's very smart from Portugal to shoot from the center, close by the center on the Japanese team, because he's quite short, so he might have problem to catch the balls.
Some more gaps between the wingers in the center due to the height of the center.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more difficult to close way. It's much more difficult to, as a center, to know the direction of the ball if the throw comes from the center line.
It's exactly, again, they're really attacking that middle area as from the left-hand side, just to the right center of Japan, the attack from Portugal, and out of play on the bottom left of the screen. It's going to be collected again by the very busy João Mota. Had a lot of work to do so far, but just, again, always changing position. It's gone from bottom left to the right post now.
Less than 12 seconds left now, so it's going to be interesting to see if they go for the lead or if they go to the halftime lead with 4-4.
Make it count, Portugal.
So now you're with Portugal?
No, I'm completely just here for the entertainment, João.
Okay.
And it would be really entertaining if they scored. I'm definitely here, like, unbiased, enjoying myself.
Completely unbiased.
As always, enjoying my GoalBall. Well, 12 seconds, turning very quickly into 6 is a big opportunity. But coming off the bench, Koji is really delivered. And there you go, half-time of this opening game of the World Championships. Boys, it's been some start. I mean, we didn't know what to expect from Portugal. It's their first major competition, but they've impressed, and they have been a surprise package so far.
Definitely, they have played really well, and actually the thing that impressed me the most is the defense. They play really, really solid defense. And if you play this kind of defense with, you put the pressure on the offensive team always, because they need to find the gaps. And as it looks, Portugal has been closer to have the lead more than the Japanese team has.
Especially, as you were saying, attacking the centre.
Yeah.
They were getting very, very close, and good defensive work from Japan as well. João, I mean, people are watching from home.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about the results and saying go Portugal, go Japan, things like that. But I think you guys would like to see the goals again, would you?
Oh, we would love to see the goals.
I always have these surprises for you guys, because I know that you guys love goals. So I will ask,
And it's GoalBall.
can we see replay? Maybe, maybe not. We can't. They just told me that
And I
we
was
can't.
going to call you our very own Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Didn't
that-
deliver though.
Yeah, sometimes we have the things that we want, sometimes we have the things that we need, and we are having a beautiful game.
Yeah, it really is.
And it doesn't seem to have any halftime substitutions either. Both Japan and Portugal are going to start with the same 3 that they ended up with.
One thing that I always love is the volunteers mopping up the floor and preparing the field to be a perfect court for the game. It's really important to have the best conditions for having
And I guess to be dry is the main thing.
Yeah, it's really hard because every time the players throw themselves on the floor, the floor gets wet. And especially when you have a team like Japan that moves around so much, if they go around and it's wet on the floor, it's going to be really ugly.
Taraflex flooring does get slippy.
Yeah, it does.
That's for sure. Okay, we know that this game is close, but can Portugal do the unthinkable today and beat Japan?
Of course.
Of course.
Okay, I'm still asking this question all day long.
I think if they can keep the defense, I think they can do it. But the experience of the Japan may be on their favor. We'll see. I'm looking forward to the second half.
Well, Japan on the right of the screen, inverted from the commentary box, as we said on the top of the screen. At the moment, just guarding the centre is Yuta Sedo, but he will be on the wing, that's for sure. Number 9, we see Yuta Kawashima. Kawashima taking possession just to the left-hand side of the number 1, and then the substitution. You saw Koji Miriyuki on the left-hand side of the Japanese trio. They're going to find it tough, as they found in the first half, starting currently on the right post for Portugal is, I think, João Mota. 5 and 6 from here, looking similar, but we know that João Macedo is playing as the centre, and then on the left wing, Fabio Oliveira. So it's exactly the same. You spotted it from the top up here, that it's exactly the same team, no substitutions, and everyone's had time to find their rhythm now.
Yeah. I have to inform our viewers that the teams don't change field because of COVID. The last few years, the teams didn't change the site due to COVID restrictions and protection.
Until now.
Yeah.
No, they've kept it.
Oh, they've kept it. Sorry, I'm looking again. Commentary box is one.
First
Start! First goal, like it.
Yeah.
And it's all gone quiet down the Portuguese end of the table as Japan take the lead. But one thing Portugal have done is bounce back very quickly in every way, shape and form. Oliveira starts in the centre, moves to the bottom of the screen and fires one away. That's a real good change of direction, but it's just the wrong side of the post.
Good quick return.
Once again, Portugal starting with the ball in the centre. Mota staying in the centre this time. It's a similar tactic, and Japan have done quite a good job of just pinching a little bit and making sure that they do protect the middle.
Exactly, and that also gives the center the confidence to not overextend, because usually when you do that, you steer the ball over your players instead.
What we might see in a moment, I was just about to say, maybe we'll see Portugal go for the corners and try and stretch the defence again and come back to the middle.
Yeah, that would be a really good tactics.
He should be a coach.
Yeah, let's see. I do find that lots of sports are not far away from being very similar. Goes back to the centre this time, and once again, you have to give credit to Yuta Kawashima, who's really protected the goal, especially over the last 7 or 8 minutes, really nicely.
Yeah, very good.
Centre to centre. Similar avenues of attack, just almost to the centre's leg side, almost.
Yeah.
To the right-hand side of...
You can see the center in Japan is trying to finding his rhythm more and more now.
Yeah, he's having defensive. And that's really well protected. That's we've just been talking about Yuta Kawashima, but Koji Ayiki has to take a little bit of credit for that one as he changes position, goes for the corner. Portugal doing a fine job of defending as well. Just Japan by 1. There's been nothing between these two sides. We've had early goals in both halves.
Almost went the wrong way.
In the left wing position, it's well guarded once more from Koji, who's changed positioning from the left post to the right side of the neutral zone before firing to the line. And those are the sorts of situations where Portugal have to be really switched on.
Yeah, and you can see that there is a small gap in the Portuguese defense on the left-hand side.
Has to react in here, very well done.
Good job by Joe.
Almota having to clean up the Portuguese defense with some very good late reactions, and then Japan try and counter-attack very quickly, and it's the work in the center from João Macedo that this time, and you said it, the Portugal defend really well. Change of position. Just kind of stand up behind the ball, but the ball's gone out of play just on this near side, bottom left of the screen.
Asked for the center to move, he's going to the center to throw. Yeah, they're looking for the same gap.
Yeah, if I had I was just about to say, if I had a euro for every time that Portugal have tried to hit that gap, I'd be a very rich man.
Yeah. But it's very easy to get stuck on a gap because you need to work for it in GoalBall. You need to stretch out the teams, you know, to move out the wings to the posts.
And what we might see is some of the same attacks but going for different areas of the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Just from the inside this time, and again, almost the leg side of the centre. Now from the centre, they sort of go up to the top of your screen on the far side, go back diagonally down this 18-metre long court. And Motta is there again. And talking with Joao, it's 8 minutes left on the clock for Portugal.
Still a lot of game to be played. So
every throw is an opportunity in GoalBall.
Absolutely. Wise. Definitely up the top. They're starting to go for the corners a little bit more now. Be interesting to see if they do go back to that sort of shot or the throw, the attack to the right side of the centre.
yeah, it's a great way to start. It's a great game. Everybody in the chat is talking about it. It's a great game, and with a surprising result at this point.
Well, remember, you can comment. You are very much part of this. The community is so important to GoalBall, so please let us know what you think of this opening fixture. Can Portugal bring it back and cause what would be an upset early on? Let's not beat around any bush. It would be an upset as well, but it's their first major championships and they have done a fine job. They've gone to the centre again, and the right wing has just pinched in to help with the middle.
Yeah, and that also gives the confidence for the center that he knows that I do not have to overdo my movement. That's really, really important goal, to know that every action is covered by my teammates.
And Father Christmas has delivered. We have got a replay. We're having a look at Koji. Oh, there's a reaction almost from Fabio Oliveira, but just beating him.
Right? Sorry. It's almost impossible to defend one of those.
Well,
because when the ball goes up,
you
lose the connection.
You usually have to push yourself backwards towards the goal line, and especially Lithuania are really good at that. You will see that in the coming games.
Do you think that it's needed a time of adaptation for a new venue? Get used to more.
Yeah.
There's an adaptation.
Yeah, and you can see that especially in the center of Japan, that he's coming more and more to his own game now, as long as further the game has gone. Because you adapt to the noise, to the acoustics in the venue, and also the floor, how the ball behaves against the floor. Because it's not only the carapace, it's what's underneath that also. Is it wood, concrete, what kind of floor? The ball behaves.
So many small details that to make such a big difference. It's more something that I personally look for the whole way through the week, is all the small details that make a big difference. But we've just gone to another timeout here. Both teams choosing a timeout, and Portugal will start with the ball on the left-hand side of your screen. It's currently in the centre, and just some whispering going on between Joao Motta and Fabio Oliveira. Actually holding hands at the moment, which is great to see. Great togetherness.
A small dance also.
Good dances as well.
Wet floor, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to see Joao's dance moves if Portugal are here to show us a few.
I wouldn't expect much. But
and on that comment, I really want to see it. The more you tell me not to expect something, I'll expect something glorious. Hey, big moments here in the opening game here of Pool C. Portugal have been absolutely brilliant. And they're not... Well, they're in reach, they're in touch of Japan at the moment, who certainly were the favourites coming in to this first round fixture. Just some real quiet movements from the centre, just left centre throw, almost a straight throw straight to Japan. But again, they're targeting the middle and they're getting stopped every time. And you can just see that something that I think Japan have done quite well is they managed to fix the problems and they problem solved really nicely. And in turn, they've made it very difficult for Portugal in the second half.
Yeah, but now you can see that Portugal is going for more for the post, and I think that's really wise to draw out the Japanese team, because they have quite short players, so they need to cover a lot of court.
That one's bouncing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a real quick counter straight to that same avenue. The left winger has to just pinch in again, and it's been a team effort from Japan, to say the least here. Really has. This performance in the second half has been really quite tight. Oh, that's
yeah. So they have tried now 4 throws, and 3 of them are on the posts.
Well, starting in the centre, Koji just moves out to the left and then turns that ball back and causes some real problems.
Yeah.
Again, we've seen that sort of play before, where they go outside back to the middle.
Yeah, because as a defender, you hear the steps going to the right, and then the ball comes to the left. So it's really difficult to read that.
You really have to almost move with the play, but not overcommit.
No, exactly.
Overcommit's my middle name. Unless you talk to my other half.
Japan makes their second substitution. Koji Miyake goes out, and Kazuya Kaneko comes in again.
It's just a reverse substitution.
Yeah, exactly. The lefty comes in back again. I think that will open up for the gap between João Mota and center.
Fascinating. Obviously, having a right-hander and a left-hander playing the same position means tactically it's very difficult to adapt to if you're Portugal at the moment.
Yeah, because you get the new angles in the game.
Well, starting from the right-hand post and just staying on the right-hand side, really aggressive throw straight down the line. It's a real good block from Oliviero. Now from the far side of your screen, Portugal are going to tap diagonally down to that right centre position again. They really are trying to target it, and they are having zero luck in the second half. Feels like Japan have cracked the Portuguese code here. But yet again, Portugal also very stubborn.
A very smooth ball, but it was high. João Mota was a little too far ahead. So
It was a high ball.
high ball, yeah.
Well, we saw an incredible penalty in the first half from Japan.
Yeah.
What trick have they got up their sleeve here? I mean, Kazuya Kaneko. Oh, another one.
They played João Mota a dummy. One fake run on the one side, and then Kaneko is through the straight throw right in the goal.
The dummy. And you can see the frustration on the replay from Mota.
And me.
Not happy.
And
João
you.
down there.
I didn't like that move.
It's perfectly legal.
João wears his heart somewhere close to his sleeve down there. Long ball now.
Long ball call.
And this is...
And this is a key moment for the Portugal team, that they cannot start chasing the goals now, because this is a result.
Well, I'm very much enjoying the penalty tactics of Japan here, and no commitment this time, and still the same result anyway. It's disappointment for João Macedo. Didn't commit to the dummy run like we saw previously, but still got beaten.
He still got beat because it was a better accuracy in the throw this time than the previous time.
well, you said key moment 7-4.
And 5 minutes to play, so
Yeah, and now they make a substitution. João Mota goes out, and Alejandro Almeida comes
touched
in
it with his feet.
now. Yeah, he was really close to
was really
take
close.
the penalty. Yeah.
On the replay, we can see it.
And
So-
Almeida comes in now and has a different type of throws that might be surprising for the Japanese team.
Tries to pump up his team as he takes on the position on the left wing. And the attack's coming from the right wing. It's gone diagonal and it's gone towards that corner. And interesting, we might be seeing them try and stretch the play to the corner again before attacking that right middle area again.
Yeah,
But-
Oliveira is now on the right wing, so they got the power throw now to really push now. So it would be wise to try to move Kazaya more to the post and then finish off in between the center and the right wing.
Absolutely. Well, it's very, very interesting at the moment, but you have to say that Japan have been very good value in this second half, that they've managed to stop the Portuguese onslaught, and those sorts of throws, especially to just the right of centre, and in turn, they've been a beneficiary of some very good work. That's off the legs of Oliveira and out of play, but Portugal have the spread from the right post up to the centre and then attacking through the middle, Japan through the centre.
And you see the movement
Yeah,
here.
the movement all the time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. In turn, it means that Portugal really have to stay focused and yeah, listen very carefully. They're doing a little bit of mixing up themselves here. Oh. Let's hope that Macedo's okay as the change of direction, I think from, it was Almeida, wasn't it, who went from right wing to left wing and caught his own centre.
Yeah, he was a little bit disorientated, so he hit his own player in the back.
Lots of dummies now. Japan just seem to be turning it on. Lots of dummy moves
Yeah,
from the centre,
they
from the
found
right
their
wing.
groove now.
If it bounced back, it would be a goal for Japan.
Yeah,
Could happen.
yeah. So you could drop the ball in your own goal and it's a goal.
Well, 3:27 left in this second half. Japan have pulled away to a 7-4 lead here in the opening game of the GoalBall World Championship. Matazinhos here just 20 minutes or so away from Porto. Portugal have got a lot to be proud of, but they only have just over 3 minutes left to get back into this game.
Yeah, there's plenty of time if it's just they use it correctly.
Nothing really matters until the last 3 minutes, does it?
Exactly.
It's time from top right of the screen, the far side, just looking for that middle, and
Low.
really worked very close to almost beating Portugal at their own tactic. Right-hand side of the centre, and it's almost a similar play from Portugal, but it was good teamwork from Portugal to make sure they all had that centre ball covered. Oh, not that time again. Good pinching from Almeida.
Yeah. He did. He has done very good defensive job behind the center there.
Just as good work. Very late reactions, but fast moves from Kazuya Kaneko. We've got to start looking at the player of the match so far. I don't know, Joao down there, is there anybody watching at home who might be able to contribute to who they think the player of the match might be?
Not yet. They are still talking about the quality of the game.
Oh, there's one for Portugal. We'll come right back to you, Joao, in a minute. And we said that anything can happen in 3 minutes and 27 seconds at 2:42. Well, Joao sat next to me and his eyebrows are raised down there. And there's a big smile on his face.
I'm not happy, but I'm happier.
You've been happy ever since we arrived. From the top right to the centre. Good block, and it's
2:30 left on the clock, so it's plenty of time. But you cannot afford those kind of throws that goes out so wide.
You really can't change again from the center now to the top right of the screen, the right-hand post of the Japan side. The legs, real fantastic defending from Portugal. It really is, especially the attentive work of Fabio Oliveira. Really had to be patient, as you said earlier, to find out the direction of the ball and then commit to a move.
Exactly.
And straight down the middle, off the head.
Blocks it straight on the head of the...
Wow, he's made of tough stuff, isn't he, the center?
Yeah.
To Kawashima. Okay, ladies and gentlemen watching from home, we're looking for your votes to know who we should choose. You can choose for us as the first player of the match here at the GoalBall World Championship. So please make sure. Fellas to the right-hand side of me, who do you feel should be awarded the player of the match?
At this point, I will remain silent.
Oh, there's still lots of drama coming our way.
Yeah, 2 minutes away.
I think for me, 2 players had stood out. It's Oliveira and also Yota Kawashima has been the two top players.
Kawashima for me also was the name that sprung to the top of my head very quickly with how much he's been involved in the game. That's very good. That is not Kawashima. That is Kazuya Kaneko. It's been a real team effort though from Japan, and they've been pushed the whole way so far, and Portugal still got a chance at 145. Just changing Macedo to the substitution, Almeida, who then fires one straight down the line, but to no avail. Again, changing, just very quietly moving to the center and attacking from the center. Straight down the middle, well done, Portugal. They stay alive with 127. Fired to the line once more.
Beautiful save and good throw.
Sensational Yuta Kawashima so far. Top right, again, fired just to the side of the center, but João Macedo, as there is a change here,
Oliveira out and João Sosa in.
This was his physical throw of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. But it's good also to give all the players court time, especially in the first game of the games.
It is. Don't know if you heard from João earlier on. 128 games.
Now it's like 127 because this is almost ended.
Not that he's counting. Diagonal play to the bottom of the screen, but center, great save from João Macedo, and they managed to get their hands back on it before it crosses the center line, and now they can have a chance. What is Kujakov straight off the bench? It's a pretty good first attempt from big number 9, but again, there is no getting past the center of Japan at the moment. 30 seconds. Something has to happen very quickly here, otherwise Japan will take full points here on the opening day. Kawashima would start the Japan are in no hurry to reclaim that ball.
They have to get rid of it quite soon.
Back from João Macedo in the middle. He's been really good today as well. 22 seconds left. They need one now. Oh, close. Diagonally from the right-hand side of the Portuguese half to the left-hand post of Japan. I have to say, I've been impressed with Kazuya Kaneko as well. It's 5 seconds on. A late substitution
Usually you take a timeout so that the seconds left because you want to get another throw. But they're leading now, so yeah.
Just going to bring on Ryuga Yamaguchi for the first time in this World Championships, who looks like he's just couldn't find up and have the last throw of the game. Quick throw. Hammer, and there you have it. Well, the first game's over here in Matosinhos in Portugal, and it's unfortunate for the hosts. They've gone down 7 goals to 5. And a really good performance from Portugal, and a really good game. I would really like you guys have to do it.
It's a great game. It was not the result that I love, but it's a great game. And now it's time to choose the player of the game.
Well, Warren, you are the two-time Paralympic coach. Yeah. It should be on your shoulders to choose our first player of the game.
Well, for me, I've always preferred defense, a good defense before a good offense, and I think the development of Yota Kawashima during the game made me. He was a difference between the games now, and I think he was the man of the game.
Yeah, man of the game.
Well,
also.
Yeah.
there you have it. Yuta Kawashima takes the Player of the Match award for the opening round, and Japan have taken this first match by 7 goals to 5. Don't forget, it was tied at the break. Portugal were fantastic. There's a confirmation of the Player of the Match, Kawashima. Portugal will be back, and they can be so proud of this opening performance in what is their first appearance at a major competition. But from us, we're going to be back very soon.
Yes, we'll be back here on All One for the next match, which is Portugal-Australia for the Group A, actually for the Group B, for the Women's Cup.
So women are up next with Paul Noble and the Champions League coach, someone who knows women's goalball very well, Mario Turloff. But from us, it's goodbye for now, and we'll be back very
Not
shortly.
yet, because you need to announce that Nakashima is the Kawashima, actually, is the player of the game.
So a brilliant display here in the opening game of the GoalBall World Championships, and it's time to announce our first player of the match award. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the first player of the match of this World Championships, Japan's number 9, Yuta Kawashima!
Now they're wondering why are they calling it?
It wasn't me.
No.
He's thinking, I will. So the referee is handing him the trophy.
And one more round of applause. Our player of
Number
the match,
9,
Yuta
Kawashima.
Kawashima.
And now we can say goodbye to our viewers, and we'll be back really soon for the next game here in KuriakosTV at YouTube.
Thank you.